Hi, welcome to the Center of Math's problem of the week. This week our problem is solve 2 sine of x minus 2 square root of 3 cosine of x minus square root of 3 tangent of x plus 3 equals 0, and x is on the interval from 0 to 2 pi. Right now the equation is in terms of sine and cosine and tangent, which makes it quite difficult to solve as it is, so we have to manipulate it a little so that we can factor it. First thing we're going to do is rewrite tangent in terms of sine and cosine. Alright, so tangent is just sine over cosine, and the next step would be to give a common denominator to the last two terms. Rewrite 3 as 3 times cosine of x over cosine of x. Now we can factor a 2 from the first two terms and factor a square root of 3 over cosine of x from the last two terms. And the reason why we did this is because you can see that both of these terms have a sine of x minus square root of 3 cosine of x, so we can factor out that term. Now we have the equation factored, and we can solve, so we set each factor equal to 0. Alright, so setting the first factor equal to 0, add square root of 3 cosine of x to both sides, and then divide both sides by cosine of x, and sine over cosine is tangent, so we have tangent of x equals the square root of 3. We have to look at our unit circle to see when the tangent of x is equal to the square root of 3. Since our interval is between 0 and 2 pi, we're looking at our whole unit circle, and it's square root of 3, which is positive. Tangent is positive in quadrants 1 and quadrants 3. It's at pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Now we want to look at our second factor. So we have 2 minus the square root of 3 over cosine of x equal to 0. Add square root of 3 over cosine of x to both sides. Then multiply both sides by cosine of x, and then divide both sides by 2. And we have cosine of x is equal to the square root of 3 over 2. And we have to go back to our unit circle to see where x is equal to the square root of 3 over 2. Cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and quadrants 4. So we have 11 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. We have pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. And then our final answer is our answers from both of our factors. We have pi over 6, pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 11 pi over 6. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out our blog, check out centerofmath.org, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you.